exactly this long since we've had our last Q&A, and because we don't do them too often, we try to make them a little bit special. So, we will either go really fast and we will answer as many questions as possible, or we will get through the weird questions. And because I've had a lot of weird stuff happening on our streams and videos in the last couple of weeks, we will go through the quick questions instead. So today we will go through 90 questions. So let's get right on it. First question. Do you agree that Bard is our Lord and Savior and he will destroy the Finnish reptiles? I forgot that I asked our Discord to ask the questions, so expect weird stuff. If you could create a champion lore-wise, what would he be like? He would definitely be a Celestial, something from Targon. I've had an image in my mind for a while. I would love to make a Celestial monk, something that looks like Algalon, you know, with like a star constellation, but he doesn't have auto attacks. He only has abilities, so he feels like a true fighter. Because in League, you right click on someone and your character will start attacking someone automatically. That doesn't feel like a true fighter. I would love to copy someone from like Street Fighter where you actually have to press buttons to attack. So my champion would not have auto attacks, he would only have abilities. That's my idea. When and why did you decide to start being a League lore YouTuber? Well, I didn't really decide, it's more like that path chose me. When I made my video on Kindred, when I kinda explained what Kindred, you know, was like and what they did, and people were interested in that, I realized there is actually more traction in me covering lore rather than doing like League, you know, guides. So that's when I decided to go for lore because, well, lore was just more popular on my channel. Do you have a persona, and if not, what would it be? Asking because TV Sky made himself one. I would be a sloth. How do you actually prepare for a video and how do you know what text is important for the video? That is easy, just pretend that you're talking to your friends. If you were in the lore team, what would you really like to implement? Evolving lore. We need to kill champions. Come on now. Little bit of Game of Thrones in my league, please. Who's your favorite mod? Give us your honest opinion. My favorite mod is the guys that create the mod for Skyrim where the bears got turned into bards. Do you want to write an original factional story, a book, comic or any other media? I would love to direct some kind of event in the game, but because, you know, my English is nowhere near being perfect, I would be awful at actually writing a story. So I would rather direct any other lore event in the game. What's going on with that game that you started some time ago? Alright, so if you guys don't know, I was actually coding my own game. And simply, I just don't have the time to make it. So chip in. I know you're there. Maybe we can do something. If you can make a change to the universe, what would that be? I would make Malphite meaningful. Do you think Riot is doing a good job promoting the lore to new players or those who don't know the lore? Those who don't know the lore, yes, because you got all the information in the client. At least, you know, now you have the links to all the important stuff there. But to new players, not really, because new players kinda have to break that barrier of interest in the story, so for new players it just takes time. Would you like to be in the lore team or do you want to work in another part of Riot? Honestly, I would be better as, what's the position called? Director? Game director? Because I always have, you know, very certain ideas that I would like to implement in, you know, certain games. And I usually go deeper into looking like what would be the consequences of like implementing certain feature into a game, which means that I would be a better game director and I would be a little bit worse in any other part of the, you know, game development team. If you would write a book, what would it be about? I wanted to write a book and that was like a combination of sci-fi and fantasy. That will never happen because I don't have the time. Who is the best LoL waifu and why is it Talia? It's not Talia. Because it's Leona? Why are you not active in the lore channel or not at all? Okay, smartass, I am trying to be active, but there are too many private messages on like everywhere. On YouTube, on Twitter, Discord, Patreon, so much. I'm trying. If a video is not doing all that good, do you think it's the story or you or both? I would say it's me. Because usually people are interested in the stories, but they're, you know, some people still don't prefer my accent, so I absolutely understand that, but if anything, that would be 100% me. When will be your next 100 epic lines of League of Legends be? Or if not, maybe another Know Your Lore. Know Your Lore, we need to get TB Skyen on, definitely. 100 epic lines, I usually wait till we get like a bunch of new champions, so I get like bunch of new voice lines. So sure, we can do another one, because the last one was last year, I think? If you could make 2 or more characters cross over in a story, who would that be? I would love to see 2 champions from totally different regions. For example, that's why I liked Rise, right? I liked Rise because you saw Rise next to Misfortune, and then you saw him next to Nasus. I would love to see someone like Nasus go into Piltover and see what's happening there. What's your favorite region? Even though I do own Ionia, I am gonna say Targon, because I like the godly and celestial beings. However, Piltover and Zone are still also my favorite. That is a really hard decision. What story so far is your most favorite, and what story do you think should be made better? Favorite, again, going around Piltover and Zone, I still love all those characters. For example, Victor and Camille, amazing. What should be made better? Whew. Malphite? But he has nothing, really? I mean, there will be something about Malphite, so sure, make it better by giving him something. Will you use more cosplay or makeup in your lore videos in the future, like you did with your Aatrox lore? Yeah, if you guys don't know, we did the tattoos for Rise and we did my Marilyn Manson thingy for Aatrox. Definitely, in the future, we will make more if it makes sense. Because, you know, it's like the little touch that I like to add onto what I do. Would you like to be on some con or something, like Gamescom, TwitchCon or something? Can we get Eddie Special? Well, Eddie Special will probably not happen anytime soon because he's not here. We have no idea when he will arrive. However, when it comes to the cons, I will try to get to Comic Con this October. I will try. I can't say that I'll really be there, or maybe just for one day or something. But you know what? Sure. If the opportunity comes, why wouldn't I, want to get anywhere, really? Will you uphold your promise to stream Dark Souls in 25 years or sooner? Yes. Do you ever think to cover the lore of another game than League? Sure. In the future, if ever League actually stumbles and there is no room for me anymore, absolutely. I would be dumb not to go, from lore to lore, since that's where my base is. However, there would be one issue, because if that ever happens, I will already know way too much about League, and it will be hard for me to actually dive into another universe. So, yeah. When will you watch JoJo You Promised? I don't know. Who do you think the best written champion is lore-wise? Victor? He's still my favorite character just because I absolutely understand his ideology and what he's about, and he's my favorite. So I would say he kinda accomplished what he was supposed to do, so that means he's well written. Who do you think is the worst champ? The one that doesn't exist?
Rock solid.
Wouldn't it be cool to do a video about how outdated champions could be changed to fit the new lore? I actually wanted to do a video like this. I wanted to do a video about Malphite, as you mentioned, and I also wanted to do a video about Kayle and Morgana. Sure, maybe we can do that. Hopefully, if I make such a video, Riot will not update the champion that I will mention there the week after. Would you want the Summoner's Rift to be canon again? And if yes, how would you do it? Well, it's kinda theorized that maybe the Summoner's Rift is in the world of League of Legends. It is possible that the Summoner's Rift was the area where the Rune Wars erupted, because you kinda see the two sides, with the two armies going at each other, and the entire Summoner's Rift is destroyed with magic. That's why you have mutated frogs on one side and mutated wolves on the other side. So, if it wasn't canon, I would make it canon by being it the first battlefield in the Rune Wars. If you were to do another Know Your Lore quiz, who would you invite? TB Skyen? And one day I would love to get on the show Wow Crandor. Why is your accent so relaxing? It's not relaxing, it is awkward. Will you be at Gamescom? No, but I almost was. Why did you start playing League? I actually started because I was playing a mod of StarCraft 2 that was a copy of the original Dota from Warcraft 3, and then someone was like, hey, why do you play the mod when you can play the real game? And they showed me League of Legends. Who's your favorite pro and why? That's Dyrus, because he was the first pro to ever watch my video. If you could make a convention with all the people here, would you do it? Yes. Does Bruno Mars is gay? Possibly. When are we working on a video game? When are we working on skit sketches where you write and I animate dumb stuff? I would love it. I would love it so much. The problem is time. Time is not on our side, but holy crap, would I love to do both. Sometime, soon-ish later, maybe. What is the definition of underwhelming? Oh. Would you ever move to another country or continent? No, I actually like peace. Why does Malphite have the best lore? What do you think of the upcoming expansion for WoW? I do like that. Even though I'm not massive fan of PvP, I kinda like that they encourage PvP in a really good way. That's my view on that. What would be the safest region to live in Runeterra? If you're rich, Piltover. If you're not rich, Ionia. What would the non-most safest region in Runeterra? Igathia? Could reptiles be next Vastayan tribe? Sure, they would actually fit east of Shurima. Can there be insect Vastaya? You're basically asking about evolution. Sure, why not? What's your favorite and your least favorite thing about the lore? My favorite thing are the color stories. I love seeing champions, how they behave when they do their thing. My least favorite is retconning. Stop it. No. Who's your favorite lore writer and who's your favorite designer? My favorite designer used to be Ezreal with his champions. My favorite writer, I don't think we have read a story from her in a while, but I would go with Thermal Kitten. She's the one who wrote the Star Guardian stories. Which female champion is either most like your girlfriend or most attractive to you? I've never really looked at being attractive as a thing. So, Aliyah? What would you do if Riot asked to do any form of collab? I would either direct an animation or a cinematic, or just like, you know, give them my idea of what would be a nice color story. What do you think about Brand's new lore? It's pretty good. I like the implementation with the world runes. If you were asked to make a new region with race and culture and such, what would you want? I would go with dragon people from icy mountains that go down to fiery mountains. There are dragons all over. What's your favorite part about living in Czech Republic or Prague? Are there any food from the Czech Republic region that you really enjoy? There is something called candle sauce, even though that's an urban name. I have no idea what it would be actually called, but I love that. It's the best sauce in the world, and on top of it, the best part of living here is that there are no weapons, no guns, no knives, nobody cares about the lives of others. Nobody cares. It's just peace everywhere. Can you finally accept me as your biological child? I hope you understand what would I have to do to be your biological father. Who's your favorite assassin in lore and in game? Phew. Pike kinda counts, but I would say Zed. Who is your favorite YouTuber or streamer? What should people do with their Amazon Prime? First of all, give it to me. And second of all, that would be Game Grumps. That's seriously like one of the channels that I seriously watch every day. Do you consider Amumu a Yordle? Yes? Because let's be honest, his head is way too big. Dating tips? Stick them with the pointy end. Do you play Stardew Valley, and if so, who did you marry? I don't think I married her, but I think I went with Abigail. Alright, it is at this point that my camera started running out of space, which means that I will have to record the rest of the questions in the old-fashioned way. Right now we are at question 58, so let's keep going. If you look at the map, is there something you want on it or changed? There's only one thing that I would love to be confirmed. We know that Aurelian, in his first story, there was a part where he just blew a hole in the world. When he was trying to fight back the Pantheon, he actually made a massive scar across Runeterra. And we honestly have no idea where that is. There is one place in the middle of the map. It looks like a little vertical scar. If you look at the map, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think that might be the part where that happened, but we have no information where this one could be. What is a skin from an existing series you'd like to see be made? I would love to see Gentleman Urgot. Do you think there will be any major restrictions to creating lore with the new map? I actually think that Riot will have more freedom. Now that they know where everything is, it should be way easier to put together stories with more logical reason behind them. Favorite Rise rework? That would be the very first one after his very first visual rework. Worst change by Riot so far? That would be reducing Tryndamere's AP ratios. Define the Discord community in 3 words max. Dedicated? Loyal? What? If you could make 3 memes that would be guaranteed to get popular, what would they be and why? I would like to make one about Malphite so we can force Riot to reworking him. Why are you making Q&A videos? Honestly, that's like only one of the few ways that I can actually connect with my viewers, if you don't count just like interacting with you guys on Discord. So I like a little bit more of revealing myself in a video format, and I can't do it any other way. Do you own any Flexsteel products? Nope, because I don't think they sell them here. What's the weirdest encounter with fans you have ever had IRL? In real life, just in public, I have only met a fan once in my life, and that was when I was going into a zoo, and at the entrance there was a woman that was looking at me kind of weirdly, and I was like, they just want to check what I have in my bags. Maybe they think that I have, you know, some weapon in there. So I walked by and she was like, that's you. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And it was kind of awkward, but not because of her, because I had no idea how to react. That was the first time anything like that has happened to me. It was absolutely awesome, and I still appreciate it, person. You are my favorite fan that has ever met me IRL, even though you're the only one. Will you ever do a meetup? Yes, if I ever appear on some kind of con or, you know, public place. Do you have a certain image you simply cannot unsee, which you could perhaps share with us? Oh yes, absolutely. People know, and well, actually people don't know, people just know that I know. If you have a look at Zed, okay, I will just, you know, let you appreciate this awesome art. If you have a look at Zed, take a closer look at his head. What does that head remind you of? Oh wait, that line on top of his head doesn't make it any easier, does it? Oh, how could this actually go through? What other League YouTubers you would like to collab with? You mentioned Kiendi, and I would love to collab with Kiendi. I would love to make a mockery of the lore, where he would be the one animating what I say. It would have to be a shorter video, because I know how, you know, expensive animations can be. But still, I would love to do a mockery of the League of Legends lore with the animations from Kiendi Mundi. If you could ask any writer a question about the lore and they would have to respond in truth, what would you ask? I would love to ask if the Darkin were originally meant to be aliens from another world. I would love it if they could tell me if the Darkin were planned to be ascended later on, you know, and if not, what was the original plan? What were the Darkin supposed to be? What do you think of the unnamed islands west of Valoran? That's easy, that's a future expansion. What's the meaning of life? To be remembered. If you were selected by Riot to help design the south hemisphere of Runeterra, what kind of civilizations, conflicts, cultures, continents would you create? Dragons? Lizards? Trolls? And mystical beings. It doesn't matter, no conflicts, cultures can be whatever, I just want freaking dragon people, like real dragon people, not like Shyvana, that's like a weird hybrid, that's like one of a kind, but more dragon people. If you got the opportunity to make an item, preferably with your name in it, what would it be? It would be Necrit Stars of Equilibrium. It would be an item that would equalize the percentage health, or you know, the current percentage health of all allies around you, which means if you have someone that's at 100% and you have someone at 50%, it would make both of them 75% health, you know, of their current health, if it makes sense. Does it make sense? That's an item that I thought of, it would be amazing. Besides Czech and English, are there any other languages you know or would like to learn? I took lessons on German and Russian, both of which I mostly forgot, but I would love to learn Japanese so I can watch some animes on my second monitor without reading the subtitles. If I were to send you on the normal mail 20 pictures of Nicolas Cage's face pasted on an egg, what would you do with them? Show them in a video? That would be content. Do you think Nunu rework will have a big impact on the lore? I don't think he will have a big impact on the world of League of Legends, but let's be honest, every rework the story is heavily rewritten, so I think a lot of retconning will happen. What's your favorite type of movie? Video game movies. Have you started watching Lucifer yet? Nope, but I told people that I would. If you could choose what the next game is Rito making, what would it be? I would love it if Riot made an RTS, have like a Demacian army and a Noxian army, and with all the art that we got, that would be amazing. Screw MMOs, give us an RTS. And when, if ever, are you going to finish your own game, Necrit? I don't really have the time. Ask Chibin. If Chibin has free time, I would love to work on that with him. I still want to make it though, one day. Would you like to see a Riot movie, or are you scared it will end up like WoW? Actually, the WoW movie wasn't really that bad, it was just that you already have to be a WoW fan to appreciate the movie. So it's not a movie for everyone, but if you like WoW, you will like the movie. So, with that logic, if Riot made a movie and we already know the League of Legends world, we would love that movie, so sure. But the movie would be really expensive, so I don't think it would be wise to spend so much time on it. Does Draven refer to Darius as Draven's brother?
Yes.
Does Draven refer to Darius' daughter as Draven's brother's daughter?
Yes.
Did you cry at the end of Titanic? No. Why the horned hat? Because back in the day, I let my viewers design my mascot, and I told them I like the Nordic mythology and I like being gentlemen, and poof, that's what happened. What's your favorite type of music? Video game soundtracks? Do you think there are aliens in the LoL universe? Now that we know that Darkin are not, I think there are no current plans, but there are definitely going to be, you know, something is gonna appear from the outer space. I mean, the Void is kinda alien. And the last one, will you make the video longer than 10 minutes or just get that mark and peace out? Cause I want a long Q&A. I should have left a long time ago. But that's gonna be it for this Q&A. Again, sorry that I ran out of space on my camera. That just happens from time to time. You know, I can't really affect it. So thank you for sticking around. And of course, massive shout out to our patrons. You know the drill, you know how it all works. I love you all. Also, feel free to follow me on my social media, stuff like that. And with that, thank you so much for being here. And for your support, you know I really appreciate it. And as always, thank you, come again.